Hello. So welcome again on a third video of my YouTube channel. Today is the third day of our 30-day of practice pen test challenge. So our first part is Windows fundamentals. In part 1 of the Windows fundamental module, we will start our journey learning about the Windows desktop, the NTFS, file system and UAC, the control panel and more. So here is the 10 task you have to complete if you are a beginner, because I know about the Windows and you also know about. So complete this room and move forward on the another room. Here is the Windows history. When will Windows created and which version of Windows is currently used. Do you know about this Windows 10? It is out of resources. Windows 10 के सारे अपडेट्स सिक्योरिटी पैचेस आने बंद हो गए हैं अक्टूबर 14 से. यहीं पे यह बताया हुआ है. सो Microsoft will continue to support at least one Windows 10 semi-annual channel until October. So October is gone. October 14 is gone. Let's move. So complete another task 1 to task 10. So our second task is Active Directory Basics. This room will introduce the basic concept of the functionality provided by Active Directory. So first is the introduction. So Microsoft Active Directory is the backbone of a corporate world. It simplifies the management of devices and users within corporate environment. So in this room we will take a deep dive into an essential component of Active Directory. The room objective is, in this room we will learn about Active Directory and will become familiar with the following topics. Windows fundamentals clear होने चाहिए इसके लिए. And our second task is the Windows domain. Okay, picture yourself administering a small business network with only 5 computers and 5 employees in such a tiny network. So to overcome the limitations like the centralized, decentralized, so we can use Windows domain. Simply put, a Windows domain is the group of users and computers under the administration of a given business. Then main idea behind a domain is to centralize the administration of common components of a Windows computer network in a single repository called Active Directory. The server that runs the Active Directory server and services is known as the domain controller, DC. The main advantage of having a configured Windows domain are, first is the centralized identity management and second is the managing security policies. Here is an example. So to solve the example, just start a machine and log into the administrator account. It is a Windows. And here we have 2 questions to answer. Our first question is, in the Windows domain, credentials are stored in centralized repository called means Active Directory. And the second question is, the server in charge of running the Active Directory services is called, that means domain controller. So put the answer into the input field and submit it. Our third task is the Active Directory. The core of any Windows domain is the Active Directory Domain Service, ADDS. This service acts as a catalog that holds the information of all of the objects that exist on your network. Among the many objects supported by Active Directory, we have users, groups, machines, printers, shares and many others. Let's look at some of them. Here are listed the users. In users, people and services are included, and machines, DC1, DC01, and all our security principles included. Third is a security group. Here are security groups and their description is. So you can obtain the complete list of default security groups from the Microsoft documentation. And then Active Directory users and computers, how we manage and how we control. You probably noticed already that there are other default computer apart from the try hack me OU. These containers are created by Windows automatically and contain the following like bulletins, computers, domain controllers, users, and managed service accounts. And the last is the security groups and OUs. And OUs are handy but applying policy to the user and computers. Security groups, on the other hand, we use to grant permissions over resources. For example, you will use groups if you want to allow some users to access a shared folder or network printer. A user can be a part of many groups, but which is needed to grant access to multiple resources. Here, only one user can access one OU, the single OU at a time. So you can complete this room. We will meet in next video.